the nation falls. At the very end of the Bible, the Jews who are scattered by the Babylonians, they begin to return to Israel. Right? So this story, there are many things there, but mostly it's a story of a people. And instead of being like most peoples, that they're born, they live, they die, they disappear, here there's a vision that even a nation that is scattered, that is defeated, that is sent to the corners of the earth, that nation should be able, if it is faithful, if it's faithful to its traditions and to its God and to its law, then it should be able someday to come back. And as you know, in modern times, we Jews see the state of Israel as the fulfillment of a promise from our Bible, that God says that even if you'll be scattered to the corners of the earth, I will find you and I will bring you back. Okay, so you'll notice that this nation, the Jewish people, is, first of all, it's from most of its history, it's a nation without a state. The government is, most of the time, it's a government of someone else. But the Jews remain a nation and a people through their language, traditions, customs, religion, scripture, through studying scripture. Okay, so this is the Jewish people. Now, let's talk a little bit about the West. People keep asking me in India whether Judaism is more the West or more the East, and I have to admit that it's not so simple. One of the reasons that it's not so simple is we've already discussed, which is that because the Jewish people has in its Bible, Moses, our greatest prophet, tells the Jewish people that we're not allowed to cross the borders to conquer other peoples. In other words, what makes Judaism a nationalism? What makes it a model for nationalism? Well, first of all, that the Jewish people, that they're a nation. Second, that they have, Moses tells them, you have to have a king who's from your own people, not a foreign king. You have to have prophets from your own people, not foreign prophets. You have to have a law that's your own law and not foreign laws. But Moses also tells the Jewish people at the very, very beginning of their history, he says, here are your borders, and you're not allowed to cross these borders. You're not allowed to take one inch, 1 centimeter of the land of the neighboring peoples, because God gave lands to all of the peoples, and it's not your job to go and conquer them. So it's an interesting combination. We believe that Moses is speaking to the creator of heaven and earth. We believe that we received a law from him that is the moral law and that it's good for all nations. But on the other hand, we're not allowed to conquer. We're not allowed to cross the border. The border is, at the beginning, it's not to keep people out, it's to keep us in. We're not allowed to go and try to conquer the world. And in this, Judaism is different from the Assyrian Empire, the Egyptian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, the Persian Empire, the Hellenistic empires of the Greeks, the Roman Empire. All of these empires that are known to the Jews, all of these empires, they're very different from one another, but they share one trait in common. All of the empires that I just named, they share this belief that the God came to speak to the Babylonian king or to the Assyrian king and to give him a command, conquer the 4 corners of the earth. Why? So that wars will stop, so that through your conquests you will bring peace and prosperity to the world. So here's a fascinating thing, that Israel is attacked and conquered over and over again, but the prophets of Israel,